about cars and things, about being a star and things. I thought that I would outgrow this feeling. It seems my dream won't go away, so it's more like...
Hello, welcome, Devil Sniper here, and today I'm bringing you episode number 22 of our career mode with Frankfurt. Let's not look at the table, it doesn't look very good, especially after that 3-1 thumping we took at the end of the last episode. Absolutely disappointing with the boys. Some really bad defending, some sloppy penalties given away, sloppy free kick. In general, it was just a really bad game, and losing 3-1 is not good at all. So today we start with an away game to Bayer Leverkusen, and we will conclude the transfer window in this episode. So they've still got Searchy up front. He is such a class player. I can't believe they bought him last season. Early doors of last season, they bought him in the summer transfer window. What a fantastic acquisition. I really like him. I think he's a fantastic player, and I'm just gutted I didn't have the funds at the beginning of season 1 to be able to purchase him. But we start off with the away game. Nice football being played, a great ball over the top there, but unfortunately Mark just didn't have the strength or the pace to get away from his from the actual defender, which was a shame. And Mark looked like he's going to be a very creative player, a little bit like Sonny. He's definitely like Sonny. He's got that ability to be creative. He doesn't have the technical attributes Sonny does, but he's a hell of a player. And that was a beautiful ball by Hakan into Stefan. Stefan with the powerful right foot shot. He has 5-star weak foot, but it was on his strongest foot, and he took an almighty shot, and that was fantastic. But Jimenez picking up that ball deep, going into half time, and we just didn't create anything. To be honest, the first half we just didn't create much at all. Really not happy with the way we played. Leverkusen came with a definitive plan, and to be honest with you, it stumbled us. With the formation we were playing, it just sort of stumbled us. We just couldn't work out how to break them down, and they were very resolute in defending, and we needed to up our game essentially. And as you can see, they're sitting quite deep, and we're using the same balls. The little dink balls over the top are just not good enough at this level. We've got to be more creative. Great ball back in, and how we missed the follow-up header, I still don't know to this day. It was beautiful play, and it was the first time that we really did sort of nearly unlock them. It wasn't a proper unlocking because it wasn't nice, intricate play, but we nearly unlocked them. But the ball through to Hakan, a fantastic strike into the bottom corner, was the first time we actually did have a telling moment of genius. I mean, the ball over the top was just absolutely sensational. I don't like calling it a ball over the top, but it is. The pass over the top was just absolutely sensational. Straight into Hakan on his stronger foot, holding off the defender with his left arm, and he just stuck it in the bottom corner. He was clean and clinical, which we needed to be at that moment in time. But Leverkusen, they just didn't offer anything in attack. They weren't looking to get forward. It seemed like they were quite happy sitting back and seeing what could happen. And that's the way the game finished. 1-0 to us. Leverkusen not offering anything, and we're straight into the transfer window. And yes, Wallison is coming to the club. Thankfully, a deal has been conducted, and the same with Mark. Marco is coming to the club, so we've signed 2 players straight away. Essentially, Wallison is to come in to replace Tadlek because he is out for about 3-4 months, which is a huge amount of time. And let's be honest, Zaza just wasn't working out, which was a great shame, an absolute great shame. Now, Zambrano, I'm sort of at 50-50 with I should get rid of him or keep him. There's a little bit of an inkling that he's not happy with the management. He's not very impressed with the way the management has been going, and he's looking for pastures new. Now, if that is the case, I'm quite happy to take a decent amount of money. I mean, he is worth up to 11.2 million, but if I'm going to sell to a competitor in our league, I want at least 20 million. Otherwise, it's just no point doing a deal. I want to get my money's worth so I can go out and buy, a worthy replacement at the end of the day. If I can't do that, what is the actual point? There is no point whatsoever, in my personal opinion. That's just the way I feel about that situation. So we're going to go into the second game, and thankfully it is a home game in front of our home fans against FC Nuremberg, a decent side, a side that didn't cause us too many problems last season, thankfully. But they're a side that are, on the up. They made some good acquisitions, not too many, but probably, I suppose from their point of view, they made clinical acquisitions. So hopefully we're going to be doing the same, make some buys and purchases that actually help us. So we start off quite brightly, knocking the ball around really well. Stefano cutting inside and just plays the ball over the top into Jimenez, and Jimenez with the most deftest of chips over the goalkeeper. What a sensation this boy is. He scores every type of goal. I'm actually bored of saying it because he doesn't astound me, because he scores the volleys, he can score the headers, he can score the 30-yarders, he can score the chips, he can score the tap-ins, he can score the benders into the top corner, he can score the overhead kick, he can score the bicycle kick, he can score anything. It actually doesn't matter with him. He can score every type of goal in the world. And look at that for a header, off the bar and down, and the keeper pounding it out. I mean, Jimenez is just a different level of striker. He is Zatalan on steroids. That is how good I rate him. That is how good he feels in game. He's just a tank, an absolute tank. A beautiful ball played through into Hakan. Hakan tries to go around the keeper, and unfortunately he doesn't get that one right. The ball back in straight to Hakan. He goes for the shot at near post, where he could have probably chipped that to the back of the 6-yard box. He chose not to. He went for the shot, and unfortunately it was a good save and collaboration between the keeper and the defender to get it away. Trappy there looking a bit uncertain of himself. Not getting hold of the balls he normally does, but thankfully we nullified the situation. We closed down the attacker and made sure no shot came firing in. And that was a very good first half. I was very pleased with the first half. We looked really good going forward. Jimenez looked absolutely on fire. The willingness to drop deep and come and get the ball was fantastic. And Hakan was just running the show. He was getting himself in all sorts of positions, dominating the ball, dominating the play, and playing just absolutely beautifully. And the ball out to that right-hand side was fantastic. And Stefan cutting inside, real skillful player, really liking him at this moment in time. Gets a nice ball in, and Jimenez does what he does best. He heads it into the top corner. That's just the way he rolls. He is just unbelievable. We've seen the deft touch today, and we're now seeing a beautiful, beautiful header. And I do apologise, that isn't Stefan on the right-hand side. That was actually Marco making his debut, wearing the iconic number 7 shirt for me, which I gave him, so I should have realised that, and I didn't. So I do apologise for that. Absolute huge cock-up. But Marc-Oliver Kempf doing an absolute sterling job at the back there. He is sensational. And to be honest with you, I actually prefer him over Zambrana. I think Marc-Oliver Kempf is just a really, really decent player. He plays so well. The ball inside to Annunaki. Annunaki with that first-time shot. Nice control, nice turn and shot, but unfortunately it didn't go in, which would have been nice. It would have been a nice goal, to be fair. But getting back to Marc-Oliver Kempf, he really is a fantastic player. Kempf and Sonny have surprised me so much at how much depth Frankfurt have and how good the youngsters they have actually are. But as you can see, we managed to win 2-0 thanks to 2 wonderful goals from our absolute goal-scoring machine, that is Jimenez. I absolutely adore him. He's sensational. Now, let's get into the transfer window, and let's get out of the transfer window. No more deals to be done. I'm happy with what I've bought in. We've bought in Farrell. We've bought in Wallison, and we've bought in Marco Hoga. I'm getting it all wrong, but I'm away on holiday, so I don't know what to say, really. And as you can see, we have a good few players going away on international duty now, which is pretty cool. And as you can see, Bastian has returned from yet another injury. He's been really injury-prone at the beginning of the season. He picks up one in a friendly, he picks up one from training, and he picks up one at an end of a game. And he was only out for like 2 days, but that's not the point. He's accumulated about a month's worth of injuries, which is really disappointing. We're going to head into the first squad report. It is the first squad report of the new season. The boys are looking good. I'm really happy. I mean, look at those statistics. They are just wrong. I mean, good God. We've bought a player of biblical proportion. I mean, them statistics are great. I mean, look at Schwegs as well. Schwegs has one, like, orangey colour. It's just, oh my days. We've got such a good midfield. One of my favourite players, Sonny. He's doing so well. He's growing. This is Mark. Mark, I tell you what, if he had better technical side of his game, if his skill moves were like 3-star, he would be a revelation. He really, really would be a revelation. Such a good player. But the main man, Raul Jimenez. We've started the season off and he's banged 4 for 4 already. I honestly believe he will smash 30 goals this season. I firmly believe he will smash 30 goals this season. He is such a good player. Annunaki still hasn't gone up, which is frustrating for me personally. I really love him. I think Takashi Annunaki is just an absolute wonderful player, and I'm disappointed he hasn't gone up. But perhaps that's due to the amount of games that he's played. I have to try and utilise him perhaps in his strongest position. I don't know. But I'm really happy with him. I think he's a fantastic player. Same as Jonas Flum, who I really, really do like. I mean, I've got such a great midfield at this moment in time. I can play Schwegs, I can play Flum, I can play Marco. You know, I can even drop Hakan in there. I've just got such a great sort of defensive-minded midfield. Not that Hakan's defensive-minded by any stretch. He loves to bomb forward, and he's playing so well at this moment in time. Annunaki's not going up, which is a bit of a shame. But, you know, overall, the boys are looking fantastic. Obzipka's looking good. Stefano must be gutted he can't get in the team, and that's enough for today, and I will catch you next time.
I used to dream about cars